Okay, this guy dies, goes to heaven. He meets St. Peter's.
Yeah.
He goes to St. Peter's. I would like to talk to God. He goes, well, I'll see what I could do.
Okay.
St. Peter's goes to God. He goes,
What's he
God,
say?
there's a man out there. He wants to talk to you. God said, well, see what he did in life, and I'll decide if I'm going to see him. So St. Peter's goes back to the guy. He wants to know if you did anything good while you was on earth. He goes, I gave a guy $1. He goes, okay.
Wow.
Goes back to God. He gave a guy $1. God said, that's not
$1.
enough. $1. That's not enough. Go back and see if he did something else nice. Goes back to the guy. He goes, he wants to know if God wants to know if you did anything else nice. He goes, I gave a woman $1.
What do you say?
He goes, he gave a woman $1. Okay. He goes back to God. He goes, God, he gave a woman $1. God goes, that's not enough. St. Peter's goes, what are we going to do? I give him back his $2 and tell him to go to hell.
Tell him to go. That's funny. What did you get? That's a joke. That's an old joke.
That's
right?
an old joke. That's what, what's the call it? Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Rosemary's from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke.
But that, yeah, now I'll tell you one. Did I ever tell you about my father when he was laying on his dying bed?
No.
On his dying bed, he called me in. He said, Joe, I ain't got much time. And I said, I realize that, Dad. And he goes, if I'm lucky, I'll go to heaven. I said, well, I know you'll go to heaven. He goes, well, one day it's going to be your turn. I said, I figured that, Dad. And he goes, if you're lucky, you'll go to heaven. Well, I said, I hope so, Dad. He goes, when you get there, will you do me one favor? I said, what's that, Dad? Pretend you don't know me.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's the truth.
That's terrible.
That's the
Wow.
truth.
Joe Long. Go long, Joe. Go long.
I told you
Go
what
long.
my father's nickname was for me.
What?
You better be the neighbor's kid.
You better be the.
All
I
right,
was
one-
7 years old, and we were sitting around, the family was sitting around watching the Ed Sullivan Show, and my father got up and said he was going out for ice cream. He walked out the door, didn't come back that night. My mother sat there by the window, looking out the window. He didn't come back for 10 years. She sat there for 10 years waiting.
Really?
One night, the door opened up, he came walking in. My mother took one look at him, went running towards him, kicked his ass, forgot the ice cream.
Oh, my God. All right, Joe Long, everybody.
20 years, it took 20 years. My father, one night, we were sitting around watching Ed Sullivan. This was back in the 60s. My father got up and told my mother, I'm going out for some ice cream.
Right.
He walked out. He didn't come home that night.
Why?
My mother sat in front of the window for 20 years, looking out, waiting for him. 20 years to the day, he came walking in. My mother took one look at him, got up, kicked his ass, forgot the ice cream.
20 years later.
He forgot the ice cream.
20 years later.
Guy and a woman gets married. They're married for 40 years. The only thing at the wedding, the husband asked the wife, never look in the trunk of the car.
Why?
Never look in the trunk of the car. Well, they're married for 40 years. The wife can't stand it. After 40 years, she's got to look in the trunk of the car. So she grabs his keys, goes down to the garage, opens up the trunk of the car. In the trunk, $10,000 and 3 ears of corn. Now the wife's feeling guilty. She goes to the husband, you know, we've been married for 40 years. The only thing you ever asked me was never look in the trunk of the car. Well, today I had to look in the trunk of the car. And the husband's like, I told you never look in the trunk of the car. Never look in the trunk of the car. She goes, what are you getting excited about? All you got is $10,000 and 3 ears of corn. He goes, okay, I'll tell you. Every time I was unfaithful, I put an ear of corn in the car.
Right.
So she figured, 3 ears of corn, we've been married 40 years, he was unfaithful. Okay, dang, and he goes, yeah, and every time I got a bushel, I sold it.
A put.
Rum-pum.
Well, you don't get the joke.
No, I got it.
You got it.
Oh, I get out. I got it. No, that was funny.
Hey, did I ever tell you about $10,000?
No.
Guy and a woman, they get married.
Yeah.
All the husband asks is the wife, never look in the trunk of the car.
Why?
Never look in the trunk of the car. They're married for 40 years. After 40 years, she can't stand it anymore. She's got to look in the trunk of the car. So she gets his keys, goes down to the garage, opens up the trunk. She finds $10,000 and 3 ears of corn. Now she's feeling guilty. So she goes to the husband, she goes, you know, we've been married for 40 years. The only thing you ever asked me was never look in the trunk of the car. She goes, I couldn't help it. Today I looked in the trunk of the car. He goes, I told you, never look in the trunk of the car. Never look in the trunk of the car. I go, what are you getting mad about? All you got is $10,000 and 3 ears of corn. He goes, well, I'll tell you the truth. Every time I was unfaithful to you, I put an ear of corn in the trunk. She goes, we married for 40 years, unfaithful 3 times. That's okay. He goes, every time I got a bushel, I sold it.
Every time you got a bushel.
He sold it.
You got that?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Hi, how you doing and stuff? Back at the ranch. Mom Parketta was being held down. If it wasn't for Rex, the wonder dog, we'll go into that story later, okay? But I'll tell you one thing, everybody keeps asking me, do you really come from a family of 13? Yes, I came from a family of 13. 9 boys, 4 girls. Everybody will say, wow, your father must have loved your mom. No, he hated her guts. He was hoping to get lost in the crowd. He wanted the baseball team. Like I said, he had 9 boys. I used to hate it when he would trade a brother. I really missed my half brother Jeter. He was a good guy. Well, like I said and stuff, my family had 13 kids. My mother couldn't cook.
Why?
Worst cook in the world. I tell you, she was bad. She thought botulism was a flavor. You ever heard of a turkey dying of third-degree burns? That's why we had 13 kids. My father kept her in the bedroom. He knew if she was going out into the kitchen, she was going to kill somebody. You know, but like I said, we cried the night my father died. My father was a cook in the family, and we cried when he passed away. We knew we had to eat her cooking. Put it this way. If ugliness was a crime, she'd be on death row. Better yet, she wouldn't even make death row. An angry mob would kill her.
Would you leave her alone?
What? You never met my sister.
Oh, boy, that's,
We put Halloween. We put her on the porch. We save a bundle on candy. No kids would come on the porch. You can't walk past the graveyard
that's terrible.
because it takes days to round up the dead.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, you know her. She is terrible.
He's wigging, man.
Wow.
He's wigging.
He's wigging out. That's
wigging out.
Telling you the
we
truth
named
about my
him-
family.
Being
13.
on the show, we named him Wiggy because every time he comes on the show, his hair puffs up and puffs out.
He's just wigging out.
Now he's
I'm just
wigging out.
I'm wigging out now.
Wigging
You know,
out.
like I say, I come from a family of 13.
13 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
13,
crazy.
9 boys,
Can't
4
believe that.
girls.
And how did you make it?
I was about, let's see, I was about number 10.
Wow.
I tell you, everybody said, wow, 13 kids, your father must have loved your mother. No, he hated her guts. He was hoping to get lost in the crowd.
Wow. We got to get. We got to get.
Irish Catholic or something?
that
Yep.
was-
What's the birth control method?
Well, put it this way, my mother was a bad cook. That's why they had 13 kids. My
Oh.
father kept her in the bedroom because if she got into the kitchen, she was going to kill somebody. This guy's
All
in the
right,
bank,
Go ahead.
standing behind this.
Oh, he was a banker.
No, he was standing behind this woman, businesswoman, you know, the briefcase.
What was he doing behind the bank?
Well, he's standing in the bank. Okay, can I tell the joke?
All right, go
Okay,
ahead, all right.
he's standing in the bank.
I got you, I got
And he's got a little 4-year-old son with him. And the
Right.
woman's in front of him, and she's got the briefcase, she's got the business suit, real nice. And the little 4-year-old kid looks up and he goes, Dad, she's fat. The father's like, shh, quiet, you're gonna embarrass her. He goes, but Dad, she's fat. And he goes, shh, you're gonna embarrass her. He goes, but Dad, she's fat. He goes, shh, you're gonna embarrass her. All of a sudden, the beeper goes up. The kid goes, look out, Dad, she's backing up.
Back it up. That's great. Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you my girlfriend wants to have a kid?
What happened?
She wants to have a baby. Well, I said,
So
fine,
say
let's
what-
have a baby.
yeah.
But she told me that the more sex he has with other guys, the better chances we have of having a baby.
She hasn't had a baby. So what happened? Oh, I get it.
Did I tell you what the other night she blindfolded me?
Go ahead.
And she said it was going to really turn me on. I don't know about you, but the sound of a car racing away from the house do not turn me on.
What's the oldest car you ever had?
The other 65 Mustang.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And how was
Six,
it?
oh, it's gone. It's been history. My brother sold
but
it to
it's
me
a- it's
in 1976. My brother sold it to me for $75.
Get out.
Yes, it had an automatic tranny.
How much you get
But
rid of it for?
No, I didn't get rid of it. The car in front of me got rid of it for me.
So I guess you didn't have insurance.
I had insurance.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but this is the deal. Back in 1976, my brother sold me the car for $75, and he put the tranny in.
Wow.
Yeah, for $75, 65 Mustang.
Did the tranny...
Oh, worked great. I hit that car just right.
Wow. So the only reason you got rid of it because somebody slammed into it.
You want to put it this way: 2 guys had an accident. It was so much fun. They invited me in on it.
Wow. Only on Who Do You Like TV you get a guy like Wiggy tell a joke like that. It's
What's wrong with
amazing.
that joke?
Great joke.
No, it was a good joke.
But you know what?
Did I
You
tell,
want-
wait, could I tell you
Yeah.
what the dying words my father said to me? When he was dying, his dying words to me. See you in hell, bastard.
That's terrible. Pete, what are you laughing about? It's not funny to have somebody like him on it.
What?
Well,
Well, I told you when I was shaving him one day, 16 years old, I was shaving, I cut my chin. My father ran in and tried to put a tourniquet around me.
oh, that's terrible.
What?
You know, you're getting the people in Staten Island depressed.
Why?
No.
Hey, I had a loving dad. The only problem was, you loved the other family, you didn't love me.
Oh, man. Yeah.
They had a lot
No,
of
he
fun
makes
together.
up.
I would sit there and
Yeah,
watch
he
them
likes
have
it.
great times with those kids. You're talking about your dad. I tell you, when I was a kid, I asked my father, I wanted a bike. My father said I would appreciate it more if I got it myself. He was right. All he did for me was keep lookout.
Okay, how come Santa Claus never had kids?
How come?
He comes once a year.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna really, I'm
You're
sorry. I am sorry. I am.
Sorry.
Hey, I don't pick on
I'm
Santa
so
Claus. I love
sorry.
Santa.
Santa,
Did I tell you when I was? Remember the first Christmas you had when you woke up when you was a kid? The first Christmas.
Yeah.
I came
I was
running
too
down
young
the
for that.
stairs. I saw all these presents and toys under the Christmas tree. I was on the phone calling the cops because I don't know. Yesterday they dragged the tree into the house. Now all this stuff they stole. I got worried. I wasn't getting caught in crime and stuff. I was on the phone. I was calling the cops. 4-year-old kid. I just turned my back when they carried my mother and father out. They deserved it.
Yeah.
Growing up, you remember your first Christmas?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, 4 years old, I came walking out in the living room. All these toys around. My brothers and sisters are playing with them. I started looking around. What did Mom and Dad do? I'm inching my way over to the phone. I figured something went down. I'm on the phone with the cops. Excuse me, you better get here fast and bring a cookie. I wasn't getting involved in that.
Can we do his Christmas song? I got a great Christmas song.
Wait a minute. What is it?
You ready? The weather outside was frightful, but your wife was so delightful. And when the lights turned down low, oh, you figure it out.
When the lights are turned down. Right
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was walking into a building, and
Yeah.
these 2 girls was walking out. And they took me for Steve Martin. I heard the girl tell the other girl, look at that jerk.
Wow. I can see that kind of.
Steve?
I can see it.
Jerk, the movie, The Jerk.
Jerk. The jerk.
2 cowboys sitting around a saloon. They're arguing over who's a better shot.
Wow.
So the one cowboy said, I'll tell you what, take a coin out, throw it up in the air.
Go ahead.
So the cowboy takes the coin out, he throws it up in the air, the other cowboy grabs his gun, shoots at it, hits the coin, comes straight down. They pick it up, it's got a hole right to the middle.
Get out.
Cowboy goes, oh, that's good, but watch this. He said, you see that fly over on the wall over there, 40 feet away? He goes, yeah. He goes, watch, pulls the gun out, shoots at the fly. The fly flies off. Guy goes, you missed. He goes, no, I didn't. That fly will never have kids again.
Oh, that.
You know what my nickname is?
No.
Horse.
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 Horseshoes?
No, you know how I got the name Horse?
No.
That's kind of embarrassing. Somebody walked in on me while I was taking a shower.
Oh, so you were singing in the shower
No.
and you got a horse?
No.
What happened?
It's an audience out here. You want me to tell you?
Oh, boy.
Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm running for public office.
Get out.
Yes, my campaign is going to be legalized prostitution. So you know at the beginning what you're going to get. That's why they call you
A
Joe Long.
prostitute?
That joke went over your head.
The audience ratings is funny.
Okay, I gotta explain this joke to you. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay,
call you
I'm gonna,
Joe
first thing to do, I'm gonna legalize prostitution, so you know at the beginning of my term what you're gonna get. Think about it. I got time. She got it!
Aurora's laughing and she's not even at home watching it.
She got the
Right.
joke!
I honestly don't know what's going on.
You don't understand the joke.
We got 5 people in the audience and it sounds
She's
like 100.
laughing, because she knows the joke. Explain it to them. You wanna explain it to them? Okay, you explain it to them. She got the joke. Okay, wind it up. I gotta say goodnight. I gotta say goodbye. Let me put
All
the
right.
mic up.
Yeah, you want to say one more thing to the people?
Yes.
God bless America.
God bless Donald Trump.
What?
God bless Donald Trump.
God bless Donald Trump.
You ought to get a red hat to go with that jacket.
All right, everybody, Joe Long. All right. Known in the cartoon as Wiggy.